following video contains some fully sick gameplay. I was told a while ago companion is better than vigilance if I want to be a sweaty PvPer. This is my first time using it, and I got a little moist. Caution. Slippery when wet. Viewer discretion is advised.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Rogue Stinger.
Mail, motherfucker!
Hive detected.
So glad
Now detecting contaminated gear. Agent killed.
Try to hit your mind, but no answer. I should hold you for ransom. I should hold you for ransom.
The GPS signal has been lost.
I never let none of you close to me. I'm in the cut like I'm supposed to be. The ones that betrayed me had love for me, or so they told me. They're making it hard, taking it back to the old me. Don't play with the Reaper, pray for what you sold me. Badman, all you fits don't watch his movies. Just don't cross the line, cause things get moody. Share my loot, my time, I find out men amuse me. Man put money on my head, I feel like Uzi. It happens to be, if it happens to me, then the tragedy feels much worse. And I passionately believe that these reasons will one day be my hearse. I casually see I'm a casualty, and I promise I feel like I'm cursed. Whoa. Don't let them see I was bringing you down, you gotta act like it don't hurt. It's so hard not to act reckless, so young but I'm feeling restless, yeah. It's so hard not to act reckless, but I'm young and I'm feeling restless, yeah. Coming's the worst and it's coming back round for you.
Going ghosts in the phantom. Try to hit your line, but no answer. I should hold you for ransom. I should hold you for ransom. Going ghosts in the phantom. Try to hit your line, but no answer. I should hold you for ransom. I should hold you for ransom.
I've been riding by myself, got me feeling like a ghost. I ain't never need your help, I just feel you do the most. Losing friends, gaining enemies, why they wasting all my energy? They gotta act so fake on me, and all they talk about is loyalty. I ain't got time for it, cause this is where I draw the line. You ain't know if finding peace, still on the seat there's a piece. Out of sight, out of mind, I'ma take what's mine. Put it all on yourself, and I can't blame no one else. It figures. But now I watch who I move with. The smaller the circle, the better. It's easy, there's no more problems to settle. I'm looking down on you now, notice different levels. It's so hard not to act reckless. So young, but I'm feeling restless, yeah. It's so hard not to act reckless, but I'm young and I'm feeling restless, yeah. Coming's the worst and it's coming back round for you.
Going ghosts in the phantom. Try to hit your line, but no answer. I should hold you for ransom. I should hold you for ransom. Going ghosts in the phantom. Try to hit your line, but no answer. I should hold you for ransom. I should hold you for ransom.
But wait! There's more!
I can't lose!
You're shit at dying, you know that.
I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground then it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground then it go off, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities are never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'ma check it like Letterman. Y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling. Started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent. This is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up the settlement, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my brain, watch I step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch how I touch down, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
The lights is gone. Easy. Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Righto, so the build that we're going to be checking out today is nothing new, but I have been using it a lot lately. It's pretty simple to put together and to use, so that's why we're doing a build video. But it's the combination of talents on this build that the sweaty PvPers don't want you to know about. Now a quick shout out to Beta Slaps and Costax, aka Poppin' Ahmed, for leading me down the path on this build. Both of them are in the top 10 of SHD kills in the DZ, and both have massively high manhunt ranks, so they obviously know what they're talking about. Making this build and using it I definitely feel has improved my PvP game. You all saw the opening montage and you can't deny how good it was. I highly recommend that you take the time to make this build and learn how to use it to be effective in PvP and enjoy your time in the Dark Zone. Righto, so welcome back to all you amazing subscribers, and if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, you know what to do, pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. And please everyone engage with this video, a like, a share, a comment, it all helps with the magic and the wizardry of the YouTube algorithm. Doing all this stuff is going to help the channel and our amazing community grow. And don't forget to check me out on all my other socials, including Twitch, Discord, Facebook, the works. All the links for that stuff is in the description. Righto champions, with all that said and done, let's get into the build. 2 reds, 4 blues, no skill tiers, 1.5 million armor. You can adjust the core attributes if you like, but do make sure that the balance of damage and survivability suits you. As for the gear on the build, it's all pretty straightforward. We've got an exotic mask, 1 piece Fenris, 1 Grupo, 1 Overlord, 1 Petrov, and 1 Seskar. But before the build, we're going to check out the specialization, and what I've picked is Firewall. Firstly, we unlock that tactical short grip. This is a 10% crit hit damage under barrel attachment. It's not crucial on the build, but it definitely helps. The main reason that we're going to be using Firewall is for the armor kit. Super strong. The kit's going to repair 200% of both your armor and health over 10 seconds, and if you play this right, you can take on multiple players all at once. And another awesome feature of Firewall most players overlook is Bull Rush. We gain plus 30% bonus armor during cover-to-cover moves. This bonus armor can help mitigate some of the damage, especially when you're on fire. Righto, now let's check out the weapons. I've opted to use the Carbine 7 as my primary weapon. This one's maxed out and I've upgraded it a few times, so I get an extra 10% weapon damage on it. The rate of fire, accuracy, and stability on this thing makes it crazy. The talent that we're using today is Strained, and this is the first time I've ever used this talent. We gain 10% crit hit damage for every 0.5 seconds that we're firing, and this can stack 5 times. Doing the quick math on it, that's a 50% crit hit damage buff. Now, here's a little handy tip. If the gap between ADS and shooting is short enough, you can actually keep those stacks. Now, if you didn't want to use strained and you wanted to use a talent like Optimus, you certainly can. Just make sure that you fire off the whole mag so you get the most out of the talent. For the attachments, we've got a crit hit chance sight, extended mag, that tactical short grip which gives us 10% crit hit damage, and a crit hit chance muzzle. And the die skin is the free spirit for those that care. For the secondary, I've gone with the custom M870 shotgun. Maxed out, and the talent here is Optimist. This thing hits like a truck, but you could definitely run something else if you like. The Nemesis is always a good option when it comes to these types of builds. And for the pistol, it's that PvP staple, the Orbit. Proccing Perfect Finisher will provide us with another 40% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. Righto, now for the gear on the build. First up, we've got the mask, and we've gone with the exotic mask, which is the Coyotes.
Lived through this bullet. I'll live through yours.
All the stats on this one are maxed out, and we've got a 12% crit hit damage mod. This mask is awesome for both solo and team play because the buffs also apply to our team. The talent's called Pack Instincts. This will provide us and our team with bonus crit hit chance and crit hit damage depending on the range that we're playing at. You'll definitely notice a big crit increase when the server pushes and you get that 25% crit hit damage buff, and then Strained kicks in to give you another 50% buff. Now that's going to give us big oofs, because at that point we're going to have 253% crit hit damage on the build. For the chest, it's our one piece of Fenris, so we get that 10% AR damage. This is such an awesome piece of gear to have. Max armor, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and we've gone with another 12% crit hit damage mod. The talent's Unbreakable. Whenever your armor's depleted, repairs 95% of your armor back. Unbreakable can proc every 60 seconds. Now, this is the PVE stat, so we're going to flick it over to the PvP stats, and now we've got 50%. So adding Unbreakable on top of our total armor gives us a situational armor pool of over 2.2 million. I mean, if I really wanted to clickbait the video, I could have said that I'll pop an armor kit as well and we'd top everything off at over 3.75 million armor. But you get the idea. For the holster, we've got our one piece of Gruppo for that 15% crit hit damage. Pretty simple piece, max armor, crit hit damage, and crit hit chance. For the knee pads, it's a named Overlord, the Fox's Prayer. The best in slot item for PvP. Max armor, crit hit damage, and that 8% multiplicative damage to targets out of cover. For the gloves, we've gone with Contractors, again one of the best in slot pieces for PvP. Max armor, crit hit damage, and 8% multiplicative damage to armor. And lastly, the backpack. We've got the one piece of Seska for that 10% crit hit chance. Max weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and another 12% crit hit damage mod. Now, we've got that sweaty PvPer's talent here, Companion. While you're within 5 meters of an ally or a skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%. I know at this point a lot of people are saying, but Plum, Vigilance is 25%. Yes, it is. But the moment you take any damage, that buff is gone. If you really pay attention to your active buffs during a fight, you'll notice that Vigilance isn't active that often, especially when fighting the server. Playing stacked as a team and using your skills at the right time will mean that you can have Companion active nearly 100% of the time. So I guess that brings us to our skills then. What skills do we want to use to complement the build? Firstly, the Defender drone I think is a must, and at the moment it's crazy good. Not only do we get damage mitigation from it, but it's going to help proc Companion. And our second skill is the Explosive Seeker. Deploy this and it's just going to follow us around, keeping Companion active. If you take a little bit of time to practice, you can juggle these skills at the right time to maintain keeping Companion active. Righto then, fine print time, the stat sheet. With the Carbine 7, we're at 54% crit hit chance and 178% crit hit damage. With Coyotes and Strained active, that will take us to 253% crit hit damage. Proc Orbit to bump it up to 293%. We also have that 18% multiplicative damage to targets out of cover and that 8% multiplicative damage to armor. And the range on the Carbine 7 is huge, 35 meters. For our all weapon damage, we're at 50%, and our AR damage, we're at 40%. I'm pretty sure this build's got everything covered. So that's the build champions. This build's combination of talents is so powerful, and that's why the sweaty PvP players have been using it. So what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and have a crack at my sweaty PvP build? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. And like always, show your content creators your support, like, share, comment, and subscribe. All this kind of stuff really does help support myself and the channel. So that's going to wrap it up for this one, and I will catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.